everybody, and welcome to the Burning Hammer Live. This is a production of the Burning Hammer podcast, which is a professional wrestling podcast where we talk all things professional wrestling. You can listen to the Burning Hammer podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcast. You can watch it on YouTube at the Burning Hammer. We release new episodes every single week, and the best way to stay up to date with when we release those new episodes is to follow us on our social media. You can follow us on Twitter at The Burnt Hammer. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube at The Burning Hammer. And make sure to follow us on Twitch at The Burning Hammer Podcast if you would like to watch us live stream. We go live every Monday and Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we go live every Wednesday and Friday night for AEW Dynamite and SmackDown Watch Along. And today, we're going to be discussing what to expect heading into Friday Night SmackDown. There is not much announced for this, so this is probably going to be a bit of a quicker live stream. However, what is announced is pretty good. So we have two Money in the Bank qualifying matches, and then we have Roman Reigns' 1,000-day celebration. So let's start with one of the two Money in the Bank qualifying matches. Zelina Vega is taking on Lacey Evans to see who is going to qualify for the women's Money in the Bank match. If you ask me, Zelina Vega is probably going to win this one. And so far, the Money in the Bank matches are really looking to be pretty good. We have Shinsuke Nakamura and Ricochet have qualified for the men's. And then this is the first women's qualifying matches, I believe. So they definitely have the talent, and the direction they're going makes you think that they're really going to put on classic Money in the Bank ladder matches. Let's just hope the winner of the women's match holds it for more than a day. But I think Zelina Vega absolutely needs to win. She sort of has a lot of momentum and has sort of established herself as one of the top baby faces in the women's division on SmackDown. The crowd always loves her, especially since she joined Latino World Order and they reformed that group. You cannot go wrong with Zelina Vega. That's why I think she's going to beat Lacey Evans to qualify for the women's ladder match for Money in the Bank. Let's head over to the men's side. Now, I'm assuming they're going to do 3 from Raw and 3 from SmackDown for the men and women's matches, but you never really know with WWE. Montez Ford is taking on LA Knight to see who is going to qualify for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Like I said, we already have Shinsuke Nakamura and we have Ricochet have qualified. We're going to see who is going to join them. If you ask me, LA Knight absolutely needs to win this. Yeah. And he's got to win the Money in the Bank briefcase. Yeah. Me and Dylan actually just talked about how we think LA Knight needs to do it. And I just made a short form video about it. I'm probably going to make a video to post on YouTube about it. But the Money in the Bank briefcase has sort of lost its prestige and its value over the last couple of years, especially on the men's side. And it's because of the failed cash-ins. You had Austin Theory going after the United States title. And I think that if you want to make it prestigious, if you want to make it more valuable, then there's none other to put it on, to give it to have hold the Money in the Bank briefcase than LA Knight. Yeah. I mean, this guy, I think, so in my opinion, the Money in the Bank briefcase, it shouldn't go to someone who you believe can challenge for a world title, because whoever wins the Money in the Bank briefcase is going to be a future world champion. I think they need to use the Money in the Bank briefcase to elevate those mid-card guys or mid-card girls that they think they can put them in the main event scene. And this is going to be their way to do it. So someone like LA Knight, who is easily a main event wrestler, who is easily one of the biggest stars in your company, having him win the Money in the Bank briefcase is really going to push him to that next level and is probably going to cash in and win a world title ultimately. So I think that's really what they need to start doing with the Money in the Bank briefcase, is to have it and to put it on someone and to give it to someone who they think can be a main event level superstar, but aren't quite there yet. So I think LA Knight is going to win this match, but it's a shame because Montez Ford would be awesome in a Money in the Bank match. So I think that the Street Profits as a whole have WWE just hasn't really seemed like they've known what to do with them. I think they're only two-time tag team champions in WWE. So if they're not going to do anything with them, they just split them up, and have either Angelo Dawkins or Montez Ford turn heel. I think, and Dylan also agrees, that they should have Montez Ford and Bianca Belair turn heel and have them both go heel at the same time because they both would be really good heels. Let's move on to what's probably going to be the main event. The Roman Reigns 1,000-day celebration. Now, he officially hit 1,000 days at Night of Champions, and I thought it was weird that they didn't have the celebration for then. Obviously, they had him and Solo take on Sammy and KO, but I thought that it was weird that you have this opportunity to celebrate 1,000 days, and on the actual 1,000th day, and it happens to be the day of a premium live event, and you change it to Night of Champions. It all made perfect sense for them to do it at Night of Champions, but they're not. They're celebrating his 1,000th day title reign on SmackDown tonight. So, what do I think is going to happen? I think that it's going to be interesting to see what happens. There's a chance that we could have someone like Rikishi come back to sort of add another element to this bloodline drama because, as you know, the super kick heard around the world. Jimmy Uso finally turned on Roman Reigns. So it's going to be interesting to see if they have Jimmy Uso try to ruin this or if they have the Usos trying to just stay out of it and stay out of Roman's sight and out of his way moving forward. I think there's reports, and me and Dylan have been talking about this for months. There are reports that they're going to debut a new world title for Roman Reigns. Me and Dylan said they should do this at once he hits 1,000 days, which we thought was going to be at Night of Champions, but they're doing his 1,000th day celebration. Whenever they were doing that, me and Dylan said they're probably going to debut a new title because it just doesn't make sense for Roman to have two titles. You just brought in a new World Heavyweight Championship, and I don't think they're going to run it with 3 world titles. And if you're going to merge them and debut a new title, when is there going to be a better time than for Roman Reigns' 1,000-day celebration? Now, I personally like the World Heavyweight Championship. I think it's a great looking title. I don't think it's absolutely gorgeous. I think it is a great looking title. I think it's instantly the best looking title in WWE aside from the North American Championship. But so I don't know how much I trust them to go 2 for 2 on world titles. I'm scared they're going to just make it the same design as the Universal and WWE titles, just more gold, like the Snoop Dogg title that they had running around for WrestleMania. So they've shown they can make good-looking titles with the North American title, with the World Heavyweight title. Even the United States Championship isn't a bad-looking title at all. I just don't know now with Vince McMahon weaseling his way back into WWE, into creative, if we're going to get a good-looking title again. That will be, if this is an ugly-looking title, then this is going to be bad. I wonder what they're going to do with the name. I think they should just call it the WWE Championship because the Universal Championship is an awful, awful name. So I don't know what they're actually going to do. If they're going to just call it the WWE Universal Championship, I don't think they should do that. I'm hoping they don't call it the Universal Championship. And I think the most likely thing is that they're going to just call it the WWE Universal Championship. However, I think they need to just call it the WWE Championship. And let's hope that we get a new title for Roman, and let's hope we get a big chapter for the Bloodline storyline. And hopefully this is going to clear up for what's going to happen at SummerSlam, because right now there's a couple different ways they could go with this. I think we could still get Roman versus Cody at SummerSlam, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think that there's a good chance we could get Roman and Solo versus the Usos. I think we could get Roman versus Jimmy Uso. We could get Roman versus Jey Uso. And if something crazy happens, we could get Roman versus Solo at SummerSlam. But I don't know when they're going to end Roman's title reign. I still think Cody's the person to beat him to end his streak. However, with Cody likely facing Brock at Money in the Bank, I don't think Cody's going to win the Money in the Bank briefcase. So I'm not sure how they're going to get back to Cody versus Roman. Hopefully it happens before WrestleMania 40 because for Cody's sake, it just wouldn't make sense. So it's going to be interesting to see how Friday Night SmackDown plays out. That's going to pretty much wrap up the live stream. With that being said, come watch SmackDown with me tonight. Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. Those are the places we're going live. Watch SmackDown with me. And let's just have a good time. With that being said, I'm Mark Izzo. I'm a part of the Burning Hammer, and I'm a part of Vendetta Sports Media. Excuse me. So you can follow the Burning Hammer on our social media. On Twitter, we are at the Burnt Hammer. On Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook, we are at the Burning Hammer. And follow us on Twitch at the Burning Hammer Podcast. And I am Dylan Wright, professional wrestling for Vendetta Sports Media. Check out vendettasportsmedia.com for all of your sports needs. TV, movies, gaming, you name it, they cover it. Head over to vendettasportsmedia.com and listen to the Burning Hammer Podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. You can watch it on YouTube. We release new episodes every single week, and we released a new episode today, so check that out. Me and Dylan talked about wrestling hot takes, and we ranked the best tag teams in the world. That being said, that's going to wrap up the live stream. I will hopefully catch you tonight for SmackDown. If not, we'll catch you on Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to take a look at what to expect for WWE Monday Night Raw. I'll catch you then.